Helmut Marko has recently hinted that Max Verstappen might leave Red Bull before the new rules come in for 2026. Considering Red Bull's recent dip in performance over the past few months, this seems like a real possibility. Verstappen has been vocal about the car's main stability issues, but his concerns have fallen on deaf ears. In this context, Marko's comments make a lot of sense. With Aston Martin's technical team on the rise and Honda coming on board from 2026, could this be Verstappen's next stop along with his trusted crew? It's clear that one of the big stories in Formula One right now is Red Bull's slip in performance. While this might surprise many, Max Verstappen and his father Jos aren't caught off guard. Max has been flagging these issues since the Miami race, but his unexpected wins in a few races where he wasn't favoured to triumph lulled the team into complacency, preventing them from addressing the deeper problems that could cost them the championships. Marko believes these events will heavily influence Verstappen's future, not just because of the drop in competitiveness. The team has also been playing some shady games, like lying about Daniel Ricciardo being his teammate from the Zandvoort race onwards and ignoring Verstappen's feedback about the car. Instead, they've been relying solely on his incredible talent. Talking about the situation, the experienced Austrian commented that next year Verstappen will be racing for Red Bull, but as for 2026, that's too far ahead to think about right now. Their main focus is on the 2024 World Championship. Many didn't think Verstappen would be in danger in the Drivers' Championship, especially with a 78-point lead before the season's second half. However, he's lost 16 points to Norris in just 2 races. It could have been even more if McLaren's strategy had worked better in Monza. Looking ahead, many predict the next 2 races will showcase McLaren's dominance once again, potentially causing Verstappen to lose a big chunk of his lead. Red Bull's struggle in the Constructors' Championship is evident. Verstappen himself confessed that with the current car, winning any race for the rest of the season seems unlikely. On the other hand, Marko mentioned that the first signs of competitive performance should appear around the Austin race in October. After the Singapore GP, Red Bull will hold an important meeting where they'll likely discuss Max Verstappen's future with the team. However, Max hasn't been too impressed with the car or the team's efforts. He's put in a lot of work to fix the car's balance, but feels frustrated because his concerns aren't being taken seriously enough. Talking about the upcoming races and the car's main issue, Max said, "Right now our biggest problem on most tracks is the car's balance. While we can improve the ride on any track, it's especially an issue on street circuits. Currently we're not the fastest car even on regular tracks. So I don't expect things to suddenly get better in Singapore. It's not like everything will magically change there for us." Another crucial point is Marko's comments about key people leaving Red Bull. Although he was reluctant to say that losing Newey hurt the most, he was clear that the team is deeply impacted by experienced engineers and high-profile members exiting. The fact that Newey's departure was announced around the Miami event, coinciding with Red Bull's decline, seems too significant to be just a coincidence. Marko explained that while internal drama didn't help, the real issue was the loss of important team members. When talented employees get good offers or see new opportunities, they often take them. Now, it's up to the team to prove in Austin that they can bounce back. Jos Verstappen hasn't held back his thoughts on the matter. According to Max's dad, the 3-time world champion had been saying from the start of the season that something was off with the car's balance. They kept it under wraps at first, but Max was already worried back then. Unfortunately, people either didn't believe him or didn't notice the problem at the time. Now it's like they're just playing catch up. The new updates we rolled out didn't meet people's expectations. That's why some team members seem stuck while others are making huge strides. In Formula One, if you're not moving forward, you're essentially moving backward. The near future doesn't look much better. With races happening so close together, it doesn't seem like the team has figured out a solution yet. This poses a big challenge because, for the most part, the team is racing with the same specs they started with in Bahrain and added to until Imola. While McLaren and Mercedes are gaining a lot from their new parts, things are shaking up in the world of Formula One racing. Honda's decision to leave in 2026 and align with Aston Martin could significantly impact where Verstappen ends up in the near future. Considering everything, Mercedes might not be the top choice for signing the 3-time world champion given their current state. The team can't accommodate 3 top drivers when there are only 2 seats. With Antonelli confirmed to join in 2025, it's clear that Toto Wolff's dream lineup would force him to part ways with Russell, who is set to lead and mentor the team soon. However, if Antonelli turns out to be an exceptional performer, outperforming his teammate, this could create an unexpected opportunity for Verstappen to take Russell's spot. Such a move feels tricky to grasp because Aston Martin's situation seems more fluid and simpler to follow concerning their driver lineup. Alonso is approaching the twilight of his career, while putting all your hopes on Lance Stroll to win a championship isn't a safe bet, even with a top-tier car. So Lawrence Stroll might find his decision easier compared to Toto Wolff. Despite the fact that the whole racing project centres around Lance, who is the main reason his father is involved in the sport, Lawrence may still have tough decisions ahead that could affect his son. With the revamp of the Silverstone factory and the recruitment of star engineers like Enrico Cardar, Andy Cowell and most recently Adrian Newey, it's likely to catch the eye of a top driver like Verstappen. Newey's working environment could be very appealing, especially since his role at Red Bull has been shifting to more of a consultant. At this new team, Newey is expected to have significant influence over engineering placements and departmental structure, something Verstappen would find very attractive. This might even draw Verstappen's father and Helmut Marko to the team. Given how tight the regulations are now, finding performance gains is no easy task. Trying out an approach not well received by Mercedes could spell trouble for Red Bull, who might struggle to keep their seasoned staff and top drivers. Perez's recent comments about both he and Max suffering from the same car issues further highlight that the team is publicly acknowledging the car's shortcomings for the first time. When you're not competitive at traditionally strong tracks like Monza and Spa, it's hard to be optimistic about high downforce tracks like Singapore and Baku that are coming up. The Singapore Grand Prix was a tough race for Red Bull, where both of their cars didn't make it past Q2. Even though the car was at its most competitive in 2023, it was the only race that the RB19 didn't win. Given these struggles, it's only natural to wonder how the team will fare in a few weeks. Thinking about all this, do you believe Max Verstappen might decide to leave Red Bull sooner rather than later? More importantly, would that be a smart move for his career, considering the engineers haven't been taking his feedback seriously, much like how Mercedes engineers sometimes ignored Hamilton's input? Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. See you in the next video.